my dear Libra. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of August 2019 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. We are soon entering into Leo season, so happy birthday to all Leos out there. And I read for the signs in order of birthdays from now on, except for the bonus reading that I will be performing in the order of most liked videos. The order will be based on these general readings. And as always, they apply to your sun, moon, rising sign and Venus, Vedic or tropical. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. You can also get more information from the bonus reading for July or the general readings for July. If you have more specific questions about your situation, you can check out the pick a card readings on the first page of my channel. Click my little Queen of Cups icon and then scroll down a little to the first channel page. On the first channel page, there you will see different readings that can clarify your situation. Choose the one that are most intriguing to you and you will find the answer you need. Maybe not always the one you want, but always the ones you need. So you can also order a personal reading. Go to the About section on my channel, far to the right, and all the information you need can be sought out there. For this reading, I will use the 78 Tarot Mythical, Tarot of the Legendary, illustrated by 81 artists, and it's a global art collaboration limited edition, so that's where the 81 artist comes in. So my dear Libras, going to start shuffling your cards, and when I open the deck here, I see 4 wands together with the Hierophant. So 4 wands, it's kind of a marriage card, the come home to yourself kind of card, and the Hierophant is tribe, it's family, it's commitment, marrying, different cultural traditions that we might have had. So it seems like a homecoming, like a coming home to yourself, or you're getting married, Libra. So I call the divine with love and light. And here we have a Page of Pentacles with the 4 of Wands. So that seems like a new beginning. Or maybe you have to marry because of a child. It can be like this as well. And the Page of Pentacles, she's a very is a dreamy girl, okay, or boy. It's a person that flies high in the sky with diamonds. So that's probably a song for you. Lucy in the Sky. In the sky. Yes. It's something you're dreaming of. Maybe you're dreaming of getting married, dreaming of commitment, dreaming of a family of your own, dreaming of success, being celebrated by your family or your peers. And this is a start. Page of Pentacles is a first step towards this. Very willingness to go through challenges and obtain this what we want to have. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here we have a Knight of Wands with the 4 of Wands. So that's a little bit more fiery energy. So the Page of Coins is willing, a little bit shy, a little bit withdrawn, but very serious about the situation. The Knight of Wands is not particularly shy. You can see this on his expression. This is someone that wants something. So you might have been shy, but now you're very fired up about something, some kind of success that you want, or some kind of passion. Or this is 2 different people, one that's shy and one that is more like head on. Yeah, it's very passionate. Okay, so I call the 6 elements. And here we have a Queen of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands. So this is a little bit different because the Queen of Pentacles is very earthbound, and here the Knight of Wands comes in. It's almost like, you know, this young suitor riding and galloping in to a widow of a widow queen of a castle, and here comes this young suitor. Okay, so it's very different energies, and he wants to take over the whole kingdom, and she's like, you know, speaking with her husband there in heaven and not being particularly, you know, paying attention to this little dude here. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but They are not on the same level of frequency, so he might have a hard time getting her attention, and she might not be able to see him or take him seriously. I'm saying he or she because it's a he or she. It's getting very complicated for me in other case to keep order of my head, but you know that this can be a feminine or masculine situation, so it can as well be the young girl that wants the elderly man's attention, okay? And the Empress jumped with the Queen of Pentacles. So it might be someone seeking out a mother figure, okay? The Empress is the mother, but it's also the one, so it can be a little bit confusing here. But when it's younger, older people in a situation, it might be that the person they want maybe a parent symbol. They need a parent in their life, so they're seeking out an older person. Younger people, seeking out younger people might be wanting to make a do-over of something that didn't pan out well, or we want to try once more before we go. See if we can get it together this time. So the Empress here, she has 5 dragons, and this girl is very faced towards the heavenly realms. Dragons are of the heavenly realms. So I'm thinking this person is very involved with their own inner nature and spiritual growth. And it might be that the Knight of Wands wants to take part of this spiritual energy, because if you put a log of wood close to a wood that's already burning, it's going to catch fire. And I think the Knight of Wands was fiery enough, but he's seeking out something. It's very curious, very intense, longing energy. So it might be a person that wants to grow very quickly. Doesn't have to be mother issues. Can be a person that wants to expand and grow very quickly and use the wisdom from previous generations to get a move on. So it can be a person going into a retreat. It can be as easy as that. Finding your inner peace. Meeting with your feminine side. Staying in your body. Eating healthy food. Having quiet time. So a very busy day soul, like the Knight of Wands, go into tranquility. 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Libra viewers. So I want my dear Libras to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards the highest destiny. It was just done there. Okay, so I'm going to tune in for a few seconds to your energy, Libra, and the energy of August for you. So my dear Libras, this is your future there. And this is your now, and this is your past. And in the past we have a King of Cups. So King of Cups is an icon for healing, but also being the warm igniter in a relationship, the one that keeps the family safe emotionally, a person that's a safe haven for their children, in this case for their wife. It can be for the husband as well. So King of Cups is the person that calms everyone's feelings down because he has healed himself. He can be this responsible, safe haven. So King of Cups is about becoming healed, to heal oneself from inside out. Wherever you go, there you are. So if you don't like it in your situation, or you can never find yourself being satisfied, it's something inside of you that needs to be healed, not something outside of you that needs to be fixed. So we have the 3 of Wands here, and together with the 10 of Cups. So it's some kind of negotiation going on here. High Priestess, 3 of Wands. But it's a very deep love situation. Runs deep. The roots goes down in time, past lives, things like this is what I'm feeling. And this is in the now. So we have a 4 of Wands. So for those of you being lucky enough to being in loving relationship with someone, maybe an earth sign, this is Virgo, this is usually Taurus, And this is also Virgo energy, but can be Capricorn as well. And here we have your energy of Two of Swords and Four of Swords. So it might be that you are together with an earth sign and you're feeling very happy together with this person. They are giving you some kind of warmth, some kind of heavenly safety, like a safe harbor, feeling like you have come home. So it's very beautiful. And if you don't have this on the outside, I recommend to create this on the inside. You know, wherever you go, there you are. So make your inside into this beautiful haven. So this will also be manifested on the outside of you, getting this kind of committed love relationship, or committed friends or family that loves you and supports you, and likewise back. It's harmony. Okay, very beautiful. And it's also the card for self-love and being with a group of people that you love to be together with. And here we have your future, and it's a Seven of Wands and King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Meditation. Okay, so I think you are going to have to deal with your thoughts. We can be in heaven, but we don't realize it. Okay, so we start to make problems out of situations, even though there's no problem. We fear the problem that might come. This person seems peaceful enough, but because he looks fierce, people here get very upset and they want to get rid of him. If we had dragons, we probably have had dragons in the world, but we would act like this. They are too strong, too fierce. We need to eliminate them. So this is our mind telling us this, causing problems where there were no problems. And here we have a King of Swords. So King of Swords in this situation, I feel, is some kind of this problem-solving thing that humans has going for them. We solve problems even there where there were no problems, and creating problems in the process. There's so many examples, I won't go into that, but I'm thinking about nuclear power plants, for example, robbing of energy from the next generation and leaving them with all the hard work with dealing with the leftovers from these power plants, but just so we can have energy. So there's so many different things. And this Page of Pentacles, it shows together with the meditation and also the Queen of Wands, a different road, a spiritual road, where you don't need to solve your problems. You can calm down your mind. So these problems is not important. You're so strong, you can face whatever consequences coming your way. So you don't have to solve anything before it has happened. You don't have to solve tomorrow today. You can just be in this beautiful energy. Even if you were, homeless, if you were in this beautiful energy, you would be happy wherever you are. Even if you didn't have anything to laugh about, life would be a laughing matter because you had happiness inside of you. You had peace inside of you. This is from a person not having peace inside of them. They need to seek out problems, solving them, then getting a little peace of mind, and then problems again, solving them, a little peace of mind, problem solving them. Yeah, you understand. This is the mind. Okay, so we're making problems where there are no problems. We are having something wonderful and we're starting to solve problems with it, and suddenly it's not wonderful anymore. It's a disaster. Okay, so be a little bit careful with the mind. It wants to be smart, but it's not smart. It's we can use the thoughts, our ability to think as a tool. It's a tool. Our feelings are tools, but we are not our thoughts and we are not our feelings. We are the person behind, the one that can enjoy life, even if it's not on the surface enjoyable. So that's what you need to seek out, not solving your problems so you can have peace of mind. Find peace of mind behind your problems. So past, Queen of Swords, this is Libra, and Kali energy here with this King of Cups. Well, Queen of Swords is a very beautiful energy, but she's also a tiny, itsy bit bitter, like Kali, when she wants to take revenge on the world for not honoring her. So I think this can be a situation where we're, for example, we feel that we don't trust a person that we are with. We think that they are, for example, unfaithful. They don't really love us. There's a lot of different things. And we saw that problem even before it has been manifested, because we want to have self-respect. We don't want people to fool us. We are too good to be fooled. Our ego is too big, so we can't allow ourselves to be fooled. That is what's going on here. So we want to take revenge if ever someone fooled us or ever someone hurted us. We need to be better than them. It's a little bit elitist thinking here, where we need to be better than other people and stand and step on them. So that's what I'm feeling. Queen of Swords, usually very beautiful energy, but this is what I picked up this time. So it might be a person that you have been dealing with, and an energy that you might have yourself, that if you look at it, it might help you to let go of it, because it's not going to make you happy to figure out in advance what's going to happen and solve all these problems, and also find enemies in the world and have to shoot them down, okay, before they are ever able to hurt you. It's almost like an orphan energy, even though this is two parents, so I'm not getting it fully why it comes true, but we'll see with the next card. Okay, Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is a situation where we sacrifice ourselves for others. And Libra, you're very sacrificial of yourself towards others, to a fault. So when you do this too much, you will get overwhelmed, and that might be the problem. So it's not the other people that's the problem and what they're asking of you. It's your willingness to jump in the pot for them and be cooked as dinner. That's the problem. So if you're able to have boundaries here and now, you will find inner peace, and you don't have to, worry so much about how they will use and abuse you, or take everything from you, or so you can cool down. Okay, boundaries, inner peace. Boundaries, inner peace. Say after me. Boundaries, inner peace. Okay, stop worrying about the future. Deal with your now. What feels good right now? Find your inner peace. Stop thinking. Okay, work very relentlessly with mindfulness and meditation and healing work, like staying with your pain, things like that. So you get very upset if people use you. That's what I can see so far. And here we have a Two of Wands. So Two of Wands is, hell no, they won't be able to use me again. But this is, she's much like Kali, but she is fun in this picture, okay? So she's the green earth. On these islands, she has had her explosions, her volcanic eruptions, her diminishing of humanity, and she left a lot of ashes around that make these islands so green and so fertile. So it's something with this conflict here, or your own boundaries, like putting boundaries, or that's actually giving fertilization to the people around you. So if you could stop being so worried and so, trying to see everything 12,000 steps into the future, and just know your power, that if you want to say no, you say no, and that will be a fertile thing to do. Okay, so a little bit more playful energy needs to come in. You don't have to be Kali, you don't have to be self-sacrificing, you can just be you. Playful, fun, able to say no. Okay. Next card is the Knight of Cups. So Knight of Cups is some kind of offer coming in here. Knight of Cups after the Two of Wands is a little bit... Okay, so we say like, this is you, and here's coming an offering from here, from the right side here. It comes a King of Cups. So King of Cups might be Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy. It's usually Pisces, and it's a gift. Someone wants to engage with you is what I'm feeling. It's an engagement, it can be an engagement, actual engagement, but it's someone wants to have a dream, making a dream together with you. They want to have like a future with you, but it's just, for now, it's just a dream. It's just something that we play with. It's something that we wants to manifest. We become sad if it doesn't happen, but right now we are not thinking 12,000 steps into the future. We enjoy like the energy of the attraction between each other, and we enjoy the back and forth communication and expression. And here we have also the World card. So the World card is 21. It's the divine feminine in its most absolute form. It's ending and new beginning. So I think this is actually happening within you, that you are able to leave this. You're putting boundaries towards this, what you were before, like so a little bit bipolar, extremely angry or extremely nice, or extremely hostile and extremely peaceful. And here you are kind of putting an end to it and realize that everything is allowed to be inside of you, because she is extremely hostile and she is extremely friendly. And then we have this Knight of Cups. So it's some kind of new adventure, going after the Holy Grail. And the World card is about soulmates. It's about living many lifetimes with the people that is very valuable to you. So I think there's a curiosity for you towards the world, where you want to live with these people that gives you this kind of soulmate feeling, like you have known each other before and that you're so close. So you want to drop the problems and be able to be with people in this very peaceful manner, where we enjoy each other. Like, imagine that these people here haven't been meeting each other for, say, 10,000 years. You have been apart. You have lived together in heaven, but you haven't met each other for 10,000 years. And you unfortunately died in a volcanic eruption. And this person comes back, recognizes you, and wants to be with you. So, sorry for the drama. But, and in this case, you might feel that if I go with this person, something horrible will happen, because you just remember the volcanic eruption. But this person remembers your love, okay? The love that you were able to share at this point before the volcanic eruption. And they're so happy to see you here again. And they have waited 10,000 years, and you just see it as a problem. Okay, so it might be the other way around also, that the other person sees this as a problem that needs to be solved, but actually it's kind of a, around the world travel that you have made, and a lot of experience that you have won. It wasn't ever a cost that you had to pay. It was experience that you won. You realize a person being like a world traveler and going from many places to places. Yes, it was challenging. There were storms there. There were volcanic eruption. There were people stealing their stuff, leaving them with nothing. They had to stay at a place and work for years to get a new boat ticket to go to the next place, where the life was challenging. But it was also all this is wonderful experience to look back to. So it's like I'm feeling that someone is making a problem out of it instead of enjoying the life that's inside of it. That can be like the marvelous memories that's being made, and that's so valuable, and this is the only thing you can take with you. This person, I feel, took with them their love. Either it was you or the other person, but I feel it's a separation. But in the same way, it's you, all is you, of course, wanting this harmony, wanting to come back to the happiness and to be able to enjoy life instead of making it to small compartments of problems that needs to be solved. Okay. And that was in the past. You might have met a soulmate here, possibly a water sign. And this is in the now, and it's an Ace of Cups, and it comes underneath Queen of Swords, which is your card. So it shows that love has been awakened inside of you. This love, recognition, I call it, when we meet someone again that we have lost in a previous incarnation. And it's so valuable when we meet these people again. It's so tremendously valuable. And I think you feel it here. You feel it. I'm hearing some song. I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. Love is all around me. I think it came for some other sign when I did the bonus reading. If it's this wet, wet, wet song. I have never listened to it privately, but I've heard it, of course, on the radio. So I didn't know at all what kind of song it was, but I found it, and it was this wet, wet, wet. Okay. And here we have an 8 of Wands coming underneath the 6 of Pentacles. So someone really wants to participate in love, enjoyment, communication, live life fully, not living in the future world of problems or in the past world of hurt, but living in the now with this immediate passion. So it's 8 of Wands, so it's Sagittarius again, like the Knight of Wands energy that we saw. So someone has a very deep love, wants to communicate this, wants to ride on their wings. It's like the Knight of Cups is said to be the knight in shining armor, and here's also his white horse. So perfect. I can't see who is doing this. I just see like tremendous love and tremendous expression from one's soul of recognition, and a very big need of clarifying things, to talk things through. It's like when we haven't met, if it was 10,000 years or 10 years or 50 years or 100 years, but if we met someone that's this important, of course we have a lot to talk about. So we can feel this sometimes when we meet someone new, because this can be a new love. That we can't stop talking. It's like we have known the other person for ages, and we can talk throughout the night, and it's like we have known them always, because we have. Okay. So very centered. We have a 3 of Swords. So this is the volcanic eruption that killed you, and you have a little bit hard time to let go of that such a good thing can end. Well, good things do end, but your energy is eternal. The energy of your loved ones are eternal. The love you share is eternal. Yes, this life will be over. You won't have these bodies anymore, and maybe not the same parents, not the same relatives, not the same friends. But you are eternal, and the love that you carry in your heart, you will carry with you from lifetime to lifetime. So it's nothing to be sad about. We can have deep, deep traumas that doesn't leave us alone, because we are fragile. We are like jellyfishes. So when we get hurt, we are hurt. And so it's easy for me to say, enjoy your life, but in the same time, you have immense inner trauma. You have heartbreak from the volcanic eruption that killed you and left your family behind, unprotected, for example. So there's trauma, and this needs to be healed. It might be also that there's some kind of problem in the relationship here between these two people that needs to be talked about. Here, someone might want to just skip a step and continue into the future as nothing has happened. But here we want to talk about things. We want to go through it and find a solution to why we hurt the other person, why they hurt us. So it might be that there will come in an apology to you. Knight of Cups together with 8 of Wands usually are fast-moving apologies coming in, or it can be a suitor, a new love, some suitor courting you. But there is a past life connection here. Something has happened, and it might have reappeared. The trauma might have reappeared in this life where you maybe hurt each other for reasons that were about preventing a bad future. So you created a bad future by trying to prevent a bad future. And here we have the Devil. So, as I said, we can't just disregard our trauma. If we traumatize, we are like this. We are so fragile. When we imagine this girl when she was little, and she came and looked like this angel, and no one really cared for her. No one took care of her. And imagine how vulnerable a kid like this, a little boy or a little girl, are when they come. Okay, they are very, very fragile. And then things are done to them, and they think that they are worthless, that they are not worthy of love, that they are not worthy of being taken care of. They are not worthy of having people backing them up, or being worthy of a stable home, or people loving them instead of criticizing them, and so on and so on. So the person go on into their adult life hurting themselves in the same way we've been hurt by others. For example, we can hurt ourselves by becoming very suspicious and think that everyone that comes with a rose really just wants to give it to us and then kind of make a fool of us and run away and say, haha, do you think I love you? I never did. So it's so many different scenarios, but you can imagine yourself how you are repeating the hurt that you felt when you were a kid. You're repeating it now as a grown-up towards yourself, not allowing yourself to live life fully. So this needs to be taken care of. There's a video called Dealing with Pain on my first page at my channel, very far down in the Q&A playlist. And you can listen to this and start to do the work with dealing with your pain here, dealing with your trauma. Usually it's lost soul parts as well. If we were traumatized, say that there was a sexual abuse, for example. The little kid that was sexually abused, she's not with us anymore. Okay, she's somewhere in your soul, traumatized in the bottom of maybe your well of emotions, and half dead, half drowned, very hurt, very traumatized. So when you're taking up this lost soul part, you will feel the pain of that child. So many of us can have gone through different traumas and abusing situation where we were abused or hurt or unjustly treated, and we say, no, it was not a problem, I have gotten over it, I have forgiven, and it's just we can't feel the pain because our lost soul part is there hurting underneath it all. So we need to reawake the pain, reawake the wound. That's what we are doing when we are going into new destructive relationships and hurting ourselves over and over and over again, or creating our own problems by thinking that we are going to get hurt when we are in loving situations as well. So being self-destructing of our love. And when we are doing so, we need to reopen the wound and feel the pain. So feel the pain, stay with it as a grown-up now, as a person that's older, wiser, more mature. You stay with the pain, and as you were an ambulance driver coming to a scene of a nasty accident and taking care of that person's wounds. So you stay with them, you heal them, you nurture them, and that's a part of you, a lost soul part here in the shadows, that needs to be tended to and loved. Okay, so it's almost like you're finding yourself in this situation. So maybe that's why I'm not seeing a person. Maybe it's self-love that I'm seeing you exploring by dealing with your own pain. We can go through depression without dealing with our pain, but we can also go through depression and dealing with our pain, and that is becoming illuminated. It's going through the dark night of the soul and then having an awakening. So it's beautiful. It's a good thing. And here we have the Hangman. So this is taking the time to do this. Okay, taking the time to heal oneself. We have the World here, 21, and then the 12. So this is the divine feminine, like the central sun to which we came, and we will all go back there. And this is the pregnancy. It's like when we're being born into this world. But this is the waiting time before being born. And so we need to waste some time here going through this digestion phase, realizing with self-love the things we have went through, and having our own backs in this situation. Yeah, he's such a cutie, this one. Okay. So staying with the pain, sacrificing our time that we wanted to spend in joy and in love and in beautiful relationships, with maybe staying and healing ourselves, loving ourselves, dealing with the wounds, staying in boredom, dealing with pain number 1, pain number 2, pain number 10,000. Can be tedious, but it's worth this. It's worth this sacrifice because it will illuminate you and make you go through this metamorphosis and come out on the other end much more healthy and whole, against how you were before, okay, full of trauma, full of memories you wanted to rather not remember. You felt the threat of them. Oh, this could happen again. I don't know what it is that could happen again, but something could happen again that have happened that was very dreadful. So you have gone your whole life watchful of these things not happening again. But here you just make this deep dive straight to the pain, staying with it. Wherever you go, there you are. So better take care of what's inside of you. So wherever you go, you will be happy instead of traumatized or hurt. So I'm going to pause a little bit because I need to juice up with some battery power. So now it's fixed. Okay. So this is your future. And here we have a 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles suddenly. Yeah, we feel, we go to the bottom of how the world has made us feel. It actually came for both Leo and Virgo, but then it came in this position. Here it comes for you kind of a little bit in the future. So I think you have been able, by staying on top, by being very smart as an air sign, being very smart, always keeping balance, always adjusting yourself with either being overprotective of yourself or overgiving of yourself. You have been able to balance the situation, even though it was a little bit like bipolar, but you balance it anyways. And now you kind of go to the bottom with a hurt. And 5 of Pentacles is like feeling left out in the cold, or feeling dreading to be left out in the cold if you don't fulfill people's expectations, okay? If you're not able to perform on the level which your mother or father asked of you, or if you're not able to give the love that people ask of you, or if you are not able to foresee the gruesome thing that people will put you through, this is how you will end up. No one wants to end up here. But if we have ended up here, this is a really good place. Because, again, here we have the chance to heal our wounds. Okay, when we are in the midst of this, being left out in the cold, being useless to the world, no one wants us, no one loves us, then we can go in with this very deep self-love. Queen of Swords, Libra, Ace of Cups, self-love, 5 of Pentacles, being left out in cold, having to work on not actually being left out in the cold, but being taken into the warmth by ourselves, okay? So the pieces of you that hurt, don't abandon them, take them in, put them close to your stove, that's your heart, and love them to death, okay? All of you, love yourself to death. Not to death, but really deeply, okay? And here we have a 5 of Cups. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen here. It might be some outer circumstance, but the outer circumstance isn't really important here. It might be you just realizing where it hurts, and here you are dealing with it. 5-5. It's connected to the 5, the Hierophant card. I don't remember where I saw it, but maybe it was when I shuffled in the beginning, or maybe it's here. There's the Queen. It doesn't matter, but the 5s are connected to the Centaur that we saw, the 5, the Hierophant card. So it's how we battle with our with other people in our tribe. It's so lovely to be together with other people, but there's often conflict that we need to sort out. And this is how it feels when we are in these conflicts. This is the feminine part of it. How we get hurt, how we get disappointed, how the peace that we want to obtain or keep was not able to be kept, and the relationships broke down. Sometimes because people want to win over other people, they want to use and abuse. It's not just in your mind, but if it's in your mind all the time, then you're being used and abused all the time, and you're never happy. So it's better to have the experience of being used and abused the moment when you are being used and abused, and not having it like all the years before, and all the years after, before when you're expecting to be hurt like this, used and abused, and after when you make the sad story of how you were used and abused. So instead of being used and abused one time when the person was unfaithful, or maybe 100 times when they were unfaithful over the period of 1 year, so say, for example, you are abusing yourself in this way millions of times throughout your life, making your life miserable and really not worth living because you're pestering it with your thoughts. So this is something you are going to see here in the future, or you are going to feel it so you can see it. And here we have the sun. So feel it so you can see it. This is the sun. So everything is being seen underneath the face of the sun. The sun is what makes us see things. Do not live in the dark. The devil is the shadow, the sun card is the light, and the world is, this is yin and yang, and this is the circle around it, like the circle of life, we can say. So here you're able to see through this. You see to what happened and how you are trying to avoid pain. Here you instead welcome pain and say, welcome pain, come in here. I want to see you. I want to heal you. Because the sun card, your attention span is the sun. Your inner warmth is the sun. Who looks out through your eyes is the sun. The warmth in your hands, in your toes, it's the sun. So you are the sun. And in the light of this sun, your wounds can heal when you give yourself attention. It's the same if we give our children attention, that's healing. If we give our friends attention, just listening to them when they speak, that's love, that's healing. And here we have Queen of Swords, which is truth. 8 of Wands, which is truthful communication. The sun, it's the truth that shall set you free. But first it will piss you off and make you very sad, but it will set you free. So when you see things for what they are, you can deal with it, okay? So it's a very profound reading, showing you finding yourself underneath all the pain and realize how strong you are, that you can take whatever challenge in the moment that it happens. You don't have to worry 10 years before it happens. You don't have to be sad about it 10 years after it has happened. You can deal with it in the moment it happens, and then it doesn't have to traumatize you when you realize how strong you are, how great of a soul you are, how mature you are, how much you can take, how much you can illuminate and heal. So that will be an awakening for you. And here we have 7 of Pentacles, which is a boring card. And it comes with 6 of Pentacles here, 3 of Swords, and 7 of Pentacles. So you're going to have to be bored. You're going to have to see things inside of you, things that have happened that's not healed, and heal them. When you have finally healed, you will heal the things that happen in the moment it happens, because you won't shunt it away. You won't put it in the basement for later because you don't want to be sad now. Here you're going to have to take the years of sadness and this. You need to spend the time you avoided to spend in the past looking at your feelings and heal them. You're going to have to do it here in the future. You're going to have this. You didn't want to feel pain. Here you're going to have to stay patiently with your pain to heal it. Knight of Cups, you're giving yourself this gift of healing yourself. So it's very beautiful. So you sacrifice this time to spend with yourself, healing yourself. It's boring. You might not be able to be in lovey-dovey relationships just here. But the Hangman and the 7 of Pentacles shows a situation where you need to go through kind of the dark night of the soul, like a reckoning, where you're picking up all the hurt pieces of yourself one by one, healing them, or reading all. Imagine that there was bottles with messages from your body that body have sent you over a course of many lifetimes and, every day in this life. So it's a lot of bottles, and you're going to have to read them one by one. Okay, so in this it says, I was very hurt when my grandmother refused me candy. Okay, so I'm going to stay with this feeling here. And this is what you're going to do with your time. Okay, you're going to find a home inside of yourself. So it's like you have bought a home, you bought a house, but it's in a horrific state. It looks like this, like someone has used drugs in it and, you know, pooped all over. And now you are going to have to spend this time here cleaning it up. So it will become your home, what we saw in the beginning, 4 of Wands. So when you have made this home inside of you, you're also going to meet other people that will resonate with this kind of level of healing. And so you're not going to have to meet people that's down the ditch like this or down the drain like this. You're going to be able to meet people that has also done this work as you have. So your relationship will hopefully be more easier in the future from what we saw in the beginning of this reading. And here we have the 5 of Swords. 2 of Wands, Devil, 5 of Swords. Well. 5 of Swords. Okay. 5 of Swords is a warrior energy, as you can see. But in this case, I think you will notice this warrior energy when you are in stillness. When you stay with everything inside of you, you're going to notice how you speak to yourself on a daily basis. I can never become rich. No one loves me. I always end up in these kind of situations. I'm a screw up. I'm not... I can't find out anything. I'm not worthy of this job that they are offering me because I was the screw up. I remember now. Okay, so you're going to notice all these things and you're going to have the time here to deal with this. So how you have been pestering yourself and maybe also pestering others, either with, sometimes we don't want to see how we look at ourselves. So we think we are all these things, but then we say to others that, oh, you're such a screw up. Oh, you always miss this. You always make a mess of this, or I can never trust you, or whatever happens. But it's really, if people say this to you, you say it to yourself. And if you say this to other people, you also say it to yourself. So we can mirror ourselves in other people that seems hostile towards us. It's just an image of how we are hostile towards ourselves. Here you're going to have to make up the reckoning with yourself and what you have been thinking about yourself. You're going to notice all these things and you're going to have to take time to deal with it and heal yourself and be a better person towards yourself. You know, start to say nicer things. It doesn't have to happen overnight, but when you realize, you say, oh, I'm such a screw up. You say, oh, no, forgive me myself. I'm not a screw up. I actually do a lot of beautiful things. I remember last year when I did this and this, and I didn't screw up at all. I'm magnificent. You can also ask yourself, how am I not a screw up? How am I not a dumbass or whatever it is that you have a problem with being? Okay, so I will take an oracle card for Chakra Insight Oracle and see if we can get some insight for my dear Libras. So it's Chakra Insight Oracle. And we have grounding, nature, peace, practicality, stability. So when you are bored anyway, you can be bored out in nature, you know, doing nothing, being the screw up that doesn't have a job, actually just goes out in nature and sits and, you know, meditate and stay with your pain, stay with your wounds. It's a beautiful place to do this. We have a crane there also. That's for your happy future that will come when you have grounded yourself. Bring your present to this moment. Honor what is. Anchor what you dream to be with a grounded connectivity. Perched on a grassy knoll, a young man enters reflective communion with one our greatest earthly teachers, the energy of trees. As his eyes search for meaning in past mistakes and future possibilities, the roots of the tree call him to bring his presence to the wonder of what is. Just beyond his searching gaze, the crane takes flight, reminding him that each moment offers the opportunity to be born again and to bring forth fresh creation. If he turns just slightly, he will see it and remember, now is always our greatest point of power. So forget about the future, forget about the past, live in the now. It's so much less painful if you don't relive your past mistakes and hurts over and over and over again. If you can clear your mind, become mindful, live here and now, aware of smells, sounds. It's a very helpful way. If you are in nature, hear the sounds of the birds. Then you will start thinking and polluting your mind with a lot of thoughts. It will be how you escape the boring time of being awake. And then you will find out again, oh, I'm thinking. So no, I was supposed to listen to the birds singing. So you go back, listen to the birds singing. And then you will fall asleep again, start with the thinking about, next day I will have to do this and they are going to call me up and have these demands and yada, yada, yada. And then after a while, maybe an hour sometimes, you will find, oh, yeah, I was supposed to listen to the birds singing. So you can do this. You can also use this, what I'm saying in my dealing with pain video, to go back to the feelings. Yeah, feel the feelings. Take the most gruesome feeling of it all, stay with it, and stay with it. Just, you can do the exercise that I'm telling you in this video with seeing it in different shape and form and color and all this. And then you will start thinking and you will forget about this, what you were doing, because you will fall asleep. You're not awake. And then you will wake again and you will realize, oh, I'm thinking. I was supposed to feel my body. So you go back to do that. So don't be angry with yourself. It's just to pick up where you were. It's practice. Your mind is running all the time, like this, jibber jabber all the time. And it's what's making you a sad person. It's what's making you feeling restless wherever you are, or never finding peace, or figuring out how this thing will also go wrong. And if you don't do that, you will be at peace all the time. So as we are going through human evolution now, we are going to have to take control of our thinking mind and put it to rest. So we can use it whenever we need to think, to plan something or figure something out. And then we put it in the toolbox and we be in tranquility, happiness, inner peace. Aaaaahhhhh. I got this. It was for Leo. Aaaaahhhh. Number 4. Sorry for my squeaky chair. When this card is drawn forth, a sense of peace and new depths of serenity become truth for you. Simply breathe deeply and learn that your peaceful nature can become a daily source of delight and courage, of strength and beauty. Peace is like a quiet glade within, a sacred grove to which you can go and belong. Take strength and draw nourishment from this place within you, and be sure to visit it daily. Practice acts of peace within your life. Be strong, be free, be blessed, and be at peace. When you come into this place daily, all around you will benefit. Do not mistake or confuse peace for inaction. Being a peaceful activist is one of the most dynamic and powerful choices a being can make in this world, now and ever. When all around you is a drama and all within you feels in turmoil, go to that place and know the truth of your being is peace. It is serenity, it's blessed, and it's free. So you are the sun or you are the blue sky, and the thoughts that comes, it's just weather, okay? Clouding the sun or clouding the sky. And when it passes, you are the sun again, or the clear blue sky, whatever fits your feeling of who you really are deep inside. You are the one watches out from your eyes, the one that hears or see or experience your thoughts. For me, the thoughts can be like a movie, so it's just not hearing them. You can see them as well, or experiencing your feelings. But you are not your thoughts and you are not your feelings. They are just tools to make you aware of things. And when you are aware of the things that the thoughts and the feelings wanted to tell you, you can put them down. And they can come up again at a later point when you need to hear them or see them or experience them. But you are not your thoughts. and your feelings, but they are having a strong hold on you, and you are going to have to let go of them to find inner peace and become enlightened, actually. But it's a little bit boring, but it's just for a while, and the boredom is an excellent teacher. So go out and be bored as much as you can, and find out what you will see there with your thoughts. You can write your thoughts down also. That's giving them attention. As you give your feelings attention at the first stage, you can give also your thoughts attention, writing down every gruesome thought you have. Some things might be very enlightening to you towards the thoughts wants to say. They are just... everything that the mind says isn't there to hurt you. It can be there to warn you as well. And sometimes we don't want to see the warning, so we put illusions. So it's very important to be in balance between living in an illusion and being over suspicious. So you need to be somewhere in the middle, and knowing that, no, this might be true, but it's nothing I can do about it now. If he is unfaithful, he's unfaithful, and I will know. If God wants me to know, I will know. And until then, I will notice if I will see more signs of this, but I won't make a big problem out of it. It is or it's not. It's not a big deal if we find inner peace. Then we know that we can take whatever comes ahead. Okay. So, I hope this helped. I want you to take really good care, and I welcome you back to my readings. I will start to probably doing pick a card readings, and then go over to bonus readings, and eventually I will come back with the September general readings in the middle of August. So until then, take really good care, and bye bye.